This is a GMAT 600 level problem solving practice question. The sample question is from the topic geometry. Two concept areas tested. One, some properties of triangles specifically related to can we deduce what kind of a triangle we have given the sides of a triangle. And second, properties of circles, specifically properties of semicircles. I love this question. It's a beautiful question. In this question, the calculation is practically zero. The way we will be going about solving this question is by a series of deductions based on properties of triangles and semicircles. Let's run through it. At each stage, we'll deduce one at a time. We'll say deduction 1, deduction 2, deduction 3. So we have a series of deduction to arrive at the answer. What is the measure of the radius of the circle that circumscribes a triangle whose sides measure 9, 40 and 41? The first thing that we're going to deduce is this triangle a special property triangle? Equilateral triangle is a special property triangle. Had it been an equilateral triangle, the sides could possibly be 40, 40, 40 or 41, 41, 41, 10, 10, 10. That's something that we would have deduced. This is not an equilateral triangle. This is not an isosceles triangle. Two sides should be equal. Had it been a 40, 40, 41, we would have said it's an isosceles triangle. It's not that either. All sides are different. So it's a scalene triangle. So what is special about a scalene triangle? Probably the only thing that can be special is, could this triangle be a right triangle? If it's a right triangle, 41 would have been the hypotenuse. 9 and 40 would be the perpendicular sides. Let's check whether the Pythagoras theorem will hold good for these three sides. 41 square is equal to 1681. Is this equal to 9 square plus 40 square is what we need to check. 9 square is an 81. 40 square is a 1600. 1681 equals 81 plus 1600. So it appears that what we have in 940, 41 is a right triangle. Right? I went about deducing it using the Pythagoras theorem. But if we knew that 940, 41 is a Pythagorean triplet, whatever I did in this part of this slide is something that you can actually not bother about. You can say, I know 940, 41 is a right triangle because it's a Pythagorean triplet, and then move on. It would have easily saved about 20-25 seconds. So deduction 1, we have deduced that the given triangle is a right triangle. Second deduction steps into properties of semicircles. Right? Let's say take a circle, let the diameter of the circle be AB. Forget the measures right now, we'll fill it in subsequently. Think of it, it's right now not there. Right? I'm looking at the semicircle. This half of a circle is what I'm focusing right now. The property of semicircle that I want to focus on is that the angle in a semicircle is a right angle. What does it mean? In this semicircle, the angle subtended by the chord, which is a diameter AB, in the segment is a right angle. So angle ACB equals 90 degrees. Using this property, the next deduction I'm going to do is this right triangle, this triangle ACB that we get is a right triangle. Angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees, so triangle ACB is a right triangle. What we have in hand is a right triangle, so let's fit that right triangle here. Fitting the right triangle, the side opposite to 90 degrees is the hypotenuse. So 41 is the hypotenuse of 940, 41. So hypotenuse of our triangle is equal to 41. So deduction 2 is done. We know it's a right triangle. Within that, we know AB measures 41. The third deduction that we're going to do is we're basically going to look at what is this AB to this circle. The AB to the circle is the diameter of the circle. Right? Deduction 3 done. The fourth deduction and the fifth step should give us the answer. Fourth deduction is, what is the circle to the triangle? The three vertices of our triangle are A, C and B. All three vertices lie on the circumference of the circle. So this circle is the circumcircle, is a circle that circumscribes this triangle. So we have done deduction 4. So we know we have a right triangle and we have drawn a circumcircle for it, and we know what is the diameter of the circumcircle. The diameter of the circumscribing circle is 41. So what is going to be the radius? The radius is equal to half the diameter divided by 2, which is nothing but the hypotenuse divided by 2, which is equal to 41 by 2 or 20.5 units, right? So that's essentially the answer. Quickly run through all the different deductions that we had. First deduction, we deduced that the given sides form sides of a right triangle. If you know it's a Pythagorean triplet, wonderful, you would have got to that in 0 seconds. Second, we stepped into a property of semicircles. Semicircle property is angle in a semicircle is equal to right triangle, is a right angle. So the second deduction that we had is triangle ACB is a right triangle. We know we have a right triangle. We know angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees. So we deduce this to be a right triangle. So we are trying to fit in the measures of 940, 41 into this triangle. the side opposite to 90 degrees has to be the hypotenuse of the right triangle. So in this right triangle, we know the hypotenuse is AB, which is going to measure 41. So all of these part of the second deduction. The third deduction, to this circle, what is AB? To this circle, AB is the diameter. So diameter of the circle is 41. The fourth deduction is, what is the circle to this triangle? The three vertices of the triangle ACB lie on the circumference of the circle. So this is a circle that circumscribes a triangle. Lastly, we know that this is a circumscribing circle that is deduced in step 4. What happened to be the diameter of that circle? Diameter of the circle is 41. So radius has to be diameter by 2. Diameter is a hypotenuse, therefore it's hypotenuse by 2. Hypotenuse is 41 units, so radius is equal to 41 by 2 or 20.5 units. Here is the entire thing in a printed form. We deduce that in a right triangle, the hypotenuse is the diameter of the circle that circumscribes it. Diameter equals hypotenuse equals 41, so radius is equal to 41 upon 2 or 20.5 units. Choice D is the answer to this question. Before you leave, I want you to do two things. Sign up as a trial user at the URL given there, wzko.in/core. It's the most comprehensive and affordable online GMAT course available on the web, available through an iOS app, available through Android. Right? Start with the free topic, statistics and averages. It will take you about 6 to 8 hours to gather momentum into your GMAT quant preparation and also to understand how our teaching methodology works. If you find the teaching methodology helping you, pay and unlock the remaining 19 topics in 8 modules behind the paywall. Secondly, before you leave, subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/Vizako, and turn on notifications. Until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and stay motivated.